is the Comedy of Errors.
You can find QR codes scattered around the audience.
The show is 90 minutes long with no intermission. Content warnings. Loud noises, flashing lights, xenophobia.
Domestic violence, misogyny, and slavery.
In the case of emergency, the exits are the same way you guys entered from. And with that out of the way,
enjoy the vision!
Proceed, Solus, to procure my fall, yet by the doom of death end woes and all.
Murder to Syracuse! Need no more. I'm not partial to infringe our laws. Since the moral and intestine jars twixt thy seditious countrymen and us, it hath in solemn synods been decreed both by the Syracusians and ourselves to admit no traffic to our adverse towns. Nay, more, if any born at Syracuse comes to the Bay of Ephesus, he dies unless announced in our delay.
Yet this my comfort, when your words are done, my woes end likewise with the evening sun.
Well, Syracusian, say in brief the cause why thou departest from thy native home, and for what cause thou comest to Ephesus.
In Syracuse was I born and wed. With her I lived in joy. Our wealth increased by prosperous voyages I often made to Epidamium. There had she not been long, when she became a joyful mother of two goodly sons, and, which was strange, the one so like the others could not be distinguished but by name. That very hour, and in the selfsame inn, a meated woman was delivered of such a burden, male twins, both alike. Those, for their parents were exceeding poor, I bought and brought up to attend my sons. A league from Epidamium had we sailed, before the always wind-obeying deep gave any tragic instance of our harm. But longer did we not retain much hope, for what obscured light the heavens did grant, did but convey into our fearful minds a doubtful warrant of immediate death. My wife, more careful for the latterborn, had fastened him into a small spare mast, such as seafaring men provide for storms. To him, one of the other twins was bound, whilst I was like heedful of the other. The children thus disposed, my wife and I fastened ourselves at either end of the mast, and floated straight, obedient to the stream. At length, the seas waxed calm, and we discovered two ships from afar, making a main to us. But ere the ships could meet by twice 5 leagues, we were encountered by a mighty rock, which being violently borne upon, our helpless ship was split in the midst, so that, in this unjust divorce of us, the fortune had left to both of us alike what to delight in, what to sorrow for. Her part, poor soul, seeming as burdened with lesser weight, but not with lesser woe, was carried with more speed before the wind, and in our sight, they were taken up by fishermen of Corinth, as we thought. At length, another ship had seized on us, and knowing who it was their hap to save, gave healthful welcome to their shipwrecked guests, and would have reft the fishers of their prey, had not their bark been very slow to sail. And therefore homeward did they bend their course. Thus have you heard me severed from my bliss, that by misfortunes was my life prolonged to tell sad stories of my own mishaps.
For the sake of them thou sorrowest for, do me the favor to dilate at full what hath befallen fallen of them until now.
My youngest boy, and yet my eldest care, at 18 years became inquisitive after his brother, and importuned me that his attendant, so his case was like reft of his brother, but retained his name, might bear him company in the quest of him. For whom whilst I labored of a love to see, I hazarded the loss of whom I loved. 5 years have I spent in farthest Greece, roaming clean through the bounds of Asia, and coasting homeward came to Ephesus, hopeless to find, yet loath to leave unsought, or that or any place that harbors men. But here must end the story of my life, and happy were I in my timely death, that all my travels warrant me they live.
Hapless Egeon, whom the fates have marked to bear the extremity of dire mishap, now, trust me, were it not against our laws, against my crown, my oath, my dignity, which princes would they may not disannul, my soul should sue as advocate for thee. But though thou art to judge it to the death, and passed sentence may not be recalled but to our honor's great disparagement, yet I will favor thee in what I can. Therefore, merchant, I'll limit thee this day to seek thy life by beneficial help. Try all the friends thou hast in Ephesus, beg thou or borrow, to make up the sum and live. If no, then thou art doomed to die. Jailer, take him to thy custody.
Therefore, give out you are of Epidamium, lest your goods too soon be confiscated. This very day a Syracusean merchant is apprehended for arrival here, and not being able to buy out his life according to the statute of the town, dies ere the weary sun sets in the west. There is your money that I had to keep.
Go, bear to the centaur where we host, and stay there till I come to thee. In this hour 'twill be dinner time. Till that, I'll view the manners of the town, peruse the traders, gaze upon the buildings, and then return and sleep within mine inn, for with long travel I am stiff and weary. Could be a lot.
Many a man would take you at your word, and go indeed, having so good a mean.
I trust you very often. Dull with care and melancholy, lend my giver with his very best. What, will you walk with me about the town and then go to my inn and dine with me?
I am invited, sir, to certain merchants of whom I hope to make much benefit. I crave your pardon. At 5 o'clock, please, if you, I'll meet with you upon the mart and afterwards escort you till bedtime. My present business calls me from you now.
For well till then, I'll go lose myself and wander up and down to view the city.
Sir, I commend you to your own content.
He commends me to my own content. Commends me to the thing I cannot get. I, to the world, am like a drop of water that in the ocean seeks another drop, who falling there to find his fellow forth, unseen, inquisitive, and bound himself. So I, to find a mother and a brother, in quest of them, unhappy, lose myself. Here comes the almanac of my true days. What now? How chance do I return so soon?
Return so soon? Rather approach too late! The table burns! The pig falls from the spit! The clock hath struck 12 upon the bell. My mistress made it one upon my cheek. She is so hot because the meat is cold. The meat is cold because you come not home. You come not home because you have no stomach. You have no stomach, having broke your fast. Ah! But we that know what 'tis to fast and pray are penitent for your default today.
Stop in your Windsor. Tell me this, I pray. Where have you left the money that I gave?
Oh, 6 pence that I had a Wednesday last to pay the saddler for my mistress' crupper. The saddler had it, sir. I kept it not.
I am not in sport of humor now. Tell me and dally not. Where is the money? We being strangers here, how darest thou trust a greater charge than thine own custom?
I pray you, just, sir, as you sit at dinner, I from my mistress come to you in post. If I return, I shall be post indeed, for she will scour your both upon my pate. Methinks your maw, like mine, should be your clock, and strike you home without
Balthazar, come, Dromio. These jests are out of season. Reserve them to a merrier hour than this. Where is the gold I gave in charge to thee?
Why, you gave no gold to me, sir.
Come on, sir knave, have done your foolishness, and tell me how thou hast disposed thy charge.
My charge was but to fetch you from the mart home to your house, the Phoenix, sir, to dinner. My mistress and her sister stays for you.
Now answer me, in what safe place you have bestowed my money, or I will break that merry sconce of yours that stands on tricks when I am undisposed. Where is the 1,000 marks thou hadst of me?
I have some of your marks upon my shoulders, some of my mistress' marks upon my pate, but not 1,000 marks between you both. If I should pay your worship those again, perchance you will not bear them patiently.
Your mistress marks. What mistress hast thou?
Your worship's wife, my mistress at the Phoenix, she that doth ask till you come home to dinner, and prays that you will hie you home to dinner.
What? But thou flout me thus into my face, being forbid? Then
sir, for God's sake, hold your hands. There, you will answer. I'll take my heels.
Upon my life, by some device or other, the villain is our robbed of all my money. They say the town is full of cousinage, noble jugglers that deceive the eyes, dark working sorcerers that change the mind, soul-killing witches that deform the body, disguised cheaters, parading mountebanks, and many such like liberties of sin. If it proves so, I'll be gone the sooner. Out to the centaur to go seek this sir. I greatly fear my money's not safe.
Neither my husband nor Dromio returned, and then in such a haste I sent to seek his master. Sure, Luciana, it is 2 o'clock. Perhaps the merchant hath invited him. And from the mart he's somewhere gone to dinner. Good sister, let us dine and never fret. Man is master of his liberty. Time is their master, and when they see time they'll go. Or come, if so be patient, sister.
Why should their liberty than ours be more?
Because their business still hangs out the door.
Look, when I serve him so, he takes it ill.
Oh no, he is the bridle of your will.
There is none but asses will be bridled so.
Why, headstrong liberty is lashed with blow. There's nothing situate under heaven's eye, but half he's bound in earth and sea and sky. The beasts, the fishes, the winged fowls are their males, subject at their controls. Ah, man, Lord divine, master of all these, Lord of the wide world and wild watery seas, endowed with intellectual sense and souls, of more preeminence than fish and fowls, are subject to their females and their lords. Then let your will attend on their accords.
This servitude makes you to keep unwed.
Not this, but troubles of the marriage bed.
Look where you wedded, you would bear some sway.
Here, I learn love. I'll practice to obey.
How if your husband starts some other where?
Till he come home again, I would forbear.
Patience, unmoved, no marvel though she pause. They can be meek that have no other cause. A wretched soul, bruised with adversity, we bid be quiet when we hear it cry, but were we burdened with like weight of pain, as much or more we should ourselves complain. So thou, that hast no unkind mate to grieve thee, with urging helpless patience would relieve me. But if thou live to see like right bereft, this fool-begged patience in thee will be left.
Well, I will marry one day, but to try. Oh, here's the man. Now, is your husband nigh? Say, my Antipholus no hand?
Nay, he's at 2 hands with me, and that my 2 ears can witness.
But say, dost thou speak with him? Knowest thou his mind?
Aye, he spoke his mind upon mine ear, which through his hand I scarce could understand it.
Speak he so doubtfully thou could not feel his meaning?
Nay, he struck so plainly I could too well feel his blows, and withal so doubtfully I scarce could understand them.
But say, is he coming home? It seems he hath great care to please his wife.
Why, mistress, sure my master is whore mad.
Whore
Mad, thou villain?
I mean not cuckold mad. But sure, he is stark mad. When I desired him to come home to dinner, he asked me for 1,000 marks in gold. "'Tis dinner time," quoth I. "I know," quoth he. "Only doth burn," quoth I. "My gold," quoth he. "Will you come?" quoth I. "My gold," quoth he. "Where's 1,000 marks I gave thee, villain?" "The pig," quoth I, "is burned." "My cow," quoth he. "My mistress, sir," quoth I. "Hang up thy mistress. I know not thy mistress. Out on thy mistress."
Quoth who?
Quoth Antipholus. "I know," quoth he. "No house, no wife, no mistress. So that my errand won to my tongue, I thank him. I bear home upon my shoulders, for in conclusion, he did beat me there."
Go back again, sir, and fetch him home.
"Back again, you beaten home? For God's sakes, send some other messenger."
Back, or I will break thy pate across.
"And he will bless that cross with other beating. Between you, I shall have a holy head."
Hence, pretty peasant, fetch my lover home.
Am I so bound with you, as you with me, like a football you spurn me thus? You spurn me hence, and he will spurn me hither. If I last in his service, he must case me in leather.
Why, how impatience lurked in your face!
His company must do his minions grace, whilst I at home starve for a merry look. Hath homely age the alluring beauty took from my poor cheek? Then he hath wasted it. Are my discourses dull? Barren my wit? If voluble and sharp discourses be marred, unkindness blunts them more than marble hard. To their bright vestments his affection bait. That's not my fault, he is master of my state. What ruins are in me that can be found by him not ruined? Then he is the ground of my defeatures. My decayed fair, a sunny look from his would soon repair, but to unruly deer he breaks the pail and feeds from home. Poor I am but his stale.
Self-harming jealousy, fie, beat it hence.
Unfeeling fools can with such wrongs dispense. I know his eye doth homage otherwhere, nor else what lets it but he would be here. Sister, you know he promised me a chain. With that alone a love you would detain and keep fair quarter with his bed. I see the jewel best enameled will lose his beauty, yet the gold bides still that others touch, and often touching will wear gold. Yet no man that hath a name by falsehood and corruption doth it shame. Since my beauty cannot please his eye, I'll weep what's left away and weeping die.
Wozek gave to Dromio is laid up safe at the centaur by computation and my host reports. I could not speak with him since at first I sent him from the mart. See, here he comes. How now, sir? Is your merry humor altered? As you love stroke, so jest with me again. You know no centaur. You received no gold. Your mistress sent to have me home to dinner? My house is at the Phoenix? Wast thou mad that thus so madly thou didst answer me?
What answer, sir? When spake I such a word?
Even now, even here, not half an hour since.
I did not see you since you sent me hence, home to the centaur with the gold you gave me.
Clelland, thou didst deny the gold receipt and toldst me of a mistress and a dinner, for which I hope thou feltst I was displeased.
I am glad to see you in this merry vein. What means distress? I pray you, my sir, tell me.
What, will you jeer and plow me in the teeth? Thinkst thou I jest? Hold, take thou that and that!
Now your jest is earnest. Upon what bargain you give it me?
Because I familiarly sometimes use you for my fool and chat with you. Your sauciness will jest upon my love in the common of my serious hours. When the sun shines, let foolish gnats make sport, but creep in crannies when he hides his beams. If you will jest with me, know my aspect, and fashion your demeanor to my looks, or I will beat this method in your sconce.
Sconce? So you would leave me battered. I'd rather have a head and use these blows long. I would have a sconce for my head and a sconce or two, or I shall seek the wit on my shoulders. But I pray you, my sir, why am I beaten?
Dost thou not know?
Nothing, sir, but that I am beaten.
Shall I tell you why?
Aye, and wherefore? For every why hath a wherefore.
Why? First for flouting me, and then wherefore for urging it the second time to me.
Was there ever any man thus beaten out of season? When in the why and the wherefore is rhyme nor reason? Well, sir, I thank you.
Thank me, sir, for what?
For the something that you give for nothing.
I'll make you amends next to give you nothing for something. But say, sir, is it dinner time?
I think the meat wants that I have.
In good time, sir. What's that? Well, sir, then 'twill be dry.
Sir, I pray you eat none of
Has
it,
your reason?
lest it make you choleric and purchase me another dry basting.
Well, learn to jest in good time. There's a time for all things.
I durst have denied that before you were so choleric.
By what rule, sir?
By a rule as plain as the plain bald pate of Father Time himself.
Let's hear it.
There was no time for a man to recover his hair that grows bald by nature.
May he not do it by fine and recovery?
Yes, to pay a fine for a periwig and recover the hair lost of another man.
What is time such a stinge of hair being, as it is, so plentiful in excrement?
Because it is a blessing that he bestows on beasts. When he had scanted men in hair, he had given them in wit.
Why, but there's many men that have more hair than wit.
Not a man of those, for he had the wit to lose his hair.
Why you would... Thou didst conclude hairy men, plain dealers without wit.
The plainer dealer, the sooner lost, yet he loseth it in a kind of jollity.
For what reason?
For two and sound ones too.
Nay, not sound, I pray you.
Sure ones then.
Nay, not sure, anything false.
Certain ones then.
Name them.
The one, that he saves the money that he spends in tyranny. The other, that at dinner they should not drop in his porridge.
You would all this time have concluded there's no time for all things.
Marry, sir, mainly in no time to recover a hair that grows bald by nature.
But your reason was not substantial why there's no time to recover.
Thus I mend it. Time himself is bald, and therefore to the world's end will have bald followers.
I knew it would be a bald conclusion. What's up? Thunder.
I, Antipholus, look strange and brown. Some other mistress hath thy sweet aspects. I am not Adriana, nor thy wife. The time was once that thou, unurged, wouldst vow that never words were music to thine ear, that never object pleasing in thine eye, that never touch well welcomed in thine hand, that never meat sweet savored in thy taste, unless I spake, or looked, or touched, or carved to thee. Oh, how comes it now, my husband? Oh, how comes it that thou art then estranged from thyself? Thyself, I call it being strange to me, that undividable, incorporate and better than thy dear selves, better part. Do not tear thyself away from me. Wouldst thou not spit at me and spurn at me and hurl the name of husband in my face and tear the stained skin from my harlot brow and break it with a deep divorcing vow? I know thou canst, and therefore see thou do it. Keep then fair league and truce with thy true bed. I live disdained, thou dishonored.
Plead you to me, fair dame? I know you not. In Ephesus, I'm but 2 hours old, a stranger to your town as to your talk. Who every word by all my wit being scanned wants wit in all one word to understand.
Fie, brother, how the world has changed with you! When were you wont to use my sister thus? She sent for you by Dromio home to dinner.
By Dromio?
By me?
By you! And this didst thou return from him, that he did buffet thee, and in his blows denied my house for me, for his wife!
Did you converse here with this gentlewoman? What is the course and drift of your compact?
Aye, sir, I never saw her till this time.
Villain, thou lies, for even her very words that thou delivered to me on the mark.
I never spake with her in all of my life.
How can she thus then call us by her name? Unless it be by inspiration?
How ill it agrees with your gravity to counterfeit thus grossly with Dromio, abetting him to thwart me in my mood. Be it my wrong you are from me exempt, but wrong not that wrong with the more contempt. Come, I will fasten on this sleeve of thine. Thou art an L, my husband, and I of thine, whose weakness, married to thy stronger state, makes me with thy strength to communicate. If aught possess thee from me, it is dross. Usurping ivy, briar, or idle moss, all for want of pruning with intrusion, infect thy sound and live on thy confusion!
To me she speaks. Why? Because I'm married to her in my dream or something. Since I now think I hear all this? What errors are her eyes and ears amiss? Until I know this sure uncertainty, I'll entertain the offered fallacy.
Dromio, go bid the servants spread for dinner.
Oh, for my beads, I cross me fair sinner. This is the fairyland, oh spite of spites. We talk with owls, goblins, and sprites. If we obey them not, this will ensue. They'll suck our breath and pinch us black and blue.
Why preachest thou to thyself and answerest not? Dromio? Thou Dromio, thou snail, thou slug, thou shot!
I am transformed, master, am I not?
I think thou art mine, and so am I.
Nay, master, both in my mind and in my shape.
Thou hast unknown form.
No, I am an ape.
If thou art changed to aught, 'tis to an ass!
'Tis true. She rides me and I long for grass. 'Tis so I am an ass. Or else it would be. For I should know her as well as she knows me.
Come, no longer will I be the fool and put the finger in the eye and we fool's man and master laugh my woes to scorn. Come, sir, to dinner. Dromio, keep the gate. Husband, I'll dine at Bell with you today and shrive you of 1,000 idle pranks. Sirrah, if any ask for Antipholus, say he dines forth and let no creature enter. Come, sister. Dromio, play the border well.
Am I in earth, in heaven, or in hell? Sleeping or waking, mad or well advised? Known unto these, but to myself, disguised. I'll say as they say and persevere so, and in this mist that all adventures go.
Madam, shall I play porter at the gate?
Aye, and let none enter, lest I break your pate! Come, Antipholus, we dine too late. You must excuse us all. My wife is sure when I keep not hours. Say that I lingered with you at your shop to see the making of her carcanet, and that tomorrow you will bring it home. But here's a villain that would face me down. He met me on the mark, and that I beat him and charged him with 1,000 marks in gold, and that I did deny my wife and house. Thou drunkard, thou! What didst thou mean by this?
Say what you will, sir. But I know what I know. That you beat me at the mart, I have your hand to show. If the skin were parchment and the blows you gave were ink, your own handwriting will tell you what I think.
I think thou art an ass.
Mary, so it does appear, by the wrongs I suffer and the blows I bear, I should kick being kicked. And being at that pass, you would keep from my heels and beware of an ass.
You're sad, Senor Balthazar. Pray God, our cheer may answer my goodwill and your good welcome here.
I hold your dainties cheap, sir, and your welcome dear.
Senor Balthazar, either at flesh or fish, a table full of welcome makes scarce one dainty dish.
Good meat, sir, is common. That every churl affords.
And a welcome more common, for that nothing but words.
Small cheer and great welcome makes a merry feast.
Aye, to a stingy host and more sparing, yes, but though my cakes be mean, take them in good part. Better cheer may you have, but not with better heart.
Oh.
But soft, my door is locked. Let us in.
Maud, Bridget, Marion, Cicely, Gillian, Jan!
Oh, Longhorns, cavemen, capstone, idiot patch! Either get thee from the door or sit down at the hatch. Dost thou conjure for wenches that thou callest for such store? When one is too many, go get thee from the door.
The hatch is made on porter. My master stays in the street.
Let him walk from whence he came, lest he catch cold on speak.
Who talks within there? Open the door.
Right, sir, I'll tell you, and you'll tell me wherefore.
Wherefore? For my dinner. I am not dined today.
Nor today, dear, you must not. Come again when you may.
What art thou that keeps me out from the house? I am
The porter for this time, sir, and my name is Dromio.
Oh, villain! Thou hast stolen both mine office and my name. The one there got me credit, the other mickle blamed. If thou hadst been Dromio in my place, thou wouldst have changed thy face for a name. Well, a name for an ass.
Cool is there, Dromio. Who are those at the gate?
That's my master in Luciana.
Faith, no, he comes too late. And so tell your master.
Oh, Lord, I must laugh. I bet you with a proverb. Shall I set in my staff?
Got you with another, that's right up.
If thy name be called Luciana, Luciana, thou hast answered him well.
Do you hear us, you dolt? You can sin, I hope. I thought to ask you.
And you said no.
So come help. Well struck. That was blow for blow.
Thou package, let me in.
Master, knock the door hard.
You'll cry for this, minion, if I beat the door down. Who gives all that, a pair of stocks in the town?
Who is that at the door that keeps all this noise?
I'm not sure if your town is troubled with unruly boys.
Are you there, wife? You might have come before. You're a wife? Good fool, go, get you from the door.
When in pain, good sir, this knave would go sore.
Here is neither cheer, sir. We would fain have either.
In vain, which is best, we shall part with neither.
They stand at the door, master. Bid them welcome either.
There is something in the wind that we cannot get in.
You would say so, master, if your garments were thin, your cake here is warm within. You sit out here in the cold, it would make a man mad as a buck to be so bought and sold.
Go, fetch me something. I'll break no frigate.
Break any break in here, and I'll break your knave's pay.
I, a man may break word with you, sir, and words are but wind, and break it in his face, so he break it not behind.
It seems thou wants breaking out upon thee.
Here's too much out upon thee. I pray thee, let me in.
Aye, when fowls have no feathers and fish have no fin.
Well, I'll break in. Go, borrow me a crow.
Crow without feather. Master, knew you so. For a fish without fin is a fowl without feather. If a crow help us in Syrah, we'll plot the crow together.
Go! God,
Fetch me an iron crow. Have patience. Oh, let it not be so. Here you war against your reputation and draw within the compass of suspect the unviolated honor of your wife. And doubt not, sir, but you will well excuse why at this time the door has been made against you. Be ruled by me. Depart in patience, and about evening, come yourself alone to know the reason of this strange restraint. You have prevailed. I will depart in quiet, and in despite of mirth, mean to be merry. I know a wench of excellent discourse, pretty and witty, wild and yet too gentle. There we done. This woman that I mean my wife, but I protest without desert, hath oftentimes upbraided me withal. To her will wait to dinner. Get you home and fetch the chain, by this I notice made. That chain will I bestow, be it for nothing but to spite my wife upon mine hostess there. Bring it, I pray you, to the Corbin time, for there's the house. Consider me case. Since mine own doors refuse to entertain me, I'll look elsewhere to see if they'll stay me. I'll meet you at that place on our ends. Do so. This jest shall cost me some expense. Ooh! Office. Shall Antipholus, even in the spring of love, thy love springs rot? Shall love and building grow so ruinous? If you did wed my sister for her wealth, then for her wealth's sake, use her with more kindness. Or if you like, elsewhere, do it by stealth. Muffle your false love with some show of blindness. Let not my sister read it in her eye. Be not thy tongue by own shamed order. Look sweet. Speak fair. Become disloyal. Prepare a vice by virtue's harbinger. Bear a fair presence though your heart be tainted. Teach sin, the carriage of the holy saint. Be secret false. What need she be acquainted? What simple thief brags of his own attaint? 'Tis a double wrong to trawl under your bed and let my sister read it as I look at board. Shame hath the bastard frame well managed. Ill deed double with an evil word. Alas, poor women, make us but believe, being compact with credit that you love us, though others have the arm showing us the sleeve. We in your motion turn and you may move us, then gentle brother, get you in again. Comfort my sister, cheer her, call her wife. 'Tis holy sport to be a little vain when the sweet breath of flattery conquers strife.
Sweet mistress. What your name is, else I know it not, nor by what wonder you do hit of mine. Less in your knowledge and your grace, you show not that our earth's wonder, more than earth divine. Teach me, dear creature, how to think and speak. Lay open to my earthly gross conceit, smothered in errors, feeble, shallow, weak. The thought of your words deceit. Against my soul's pure truth. Why labor you to make it wander in an unknown field? Good God, did you create me new? Transform me then, to your power I'll yield. But if that I, then well I know, your weeping sister is no wife of mine, nor to her bed no homage do I owe. Far more to you do I decline. Oh, train me not, sweet mermaid, with thy notes, to drown in your sister's flood of tears. Sing, siren, for thyself, and I will dote. Spread o'er the waves thy golden hairs. And then I'll take them, and there lie And in that glorious supposition think, he gains by death the half. Such means to die. Let love, being light, be drowned if she sink.
What are you mad that you do reason so?
Not mad, but maiden. How, I do not know.
It is a fault that springeth from your eye.
For gazing upon your beams, fair sun, being by.
Gaze when you should, and that clear sight.
As good to wink, sweet love, as look on night.
Why, you call me love, call my sister so.
Thy sister.
That's my sister.
No! It is thyself, my own self, better part. My eyes, clearer eye, my dear heart's dearer heart. My food, my fortune, my sweet hope's aim, my soul earth's heaven, and my heaven's claim.
All this, my sister is, or else should be.
Call myself sister, sweet, for I am thee. Thee will I love, and with thee lead my life. You have no husband yet, nor I no wife. Give me thy hand.
Soft. Sir, hold you still. I will go fetch my sister to get her goodwill.
Why, how now, Dromio? Where runnest thou so fast?
Do you know me, sir? Am I Dromio? Am I your man? Am I myself?
Thou art Dromio, thou art my man, thou art thyself.
No, I am an ass. I am a woman's man, and besides myself.
One woman's man, and thou beside thyself.
Very sir, besides myself, I am due to a woman, one that claims me, one that haunts me, one that will have me.
What claim may she to thee?
Mary, sir, such a claim as you would lay to your horse, and she would have me as a beast. Not that I, being a beast, she would have me, but that she, being a very beastly creature, lays claim to me.
What's her name?
No, but her name at 3/4, that's an L at 3/4, will not measure her from hip to hip.
Then she bears some bread.
God, the treasure diviner laid claim to me, called me Dromio, and swore I was assured to her, made privy marks about me. The mark on my shoulder, the mole on my neck, the great wart on my left arm, that I, amazed, ran from her as a witch. And I think, if my breast had not been made of faith, my heart of steel, she had transformed me into a curdle dog, and made me turneth the wheel.
Go, hide thee presently, post to the road. If the wind blow any way from shore, I will not harbor in this town tonight. If any bark put forth, come to the march, where I will walk till thou return to me. If everyone knows us and we know none, 'tis time, I think, to trudge back and be gone.
As from a bear, man would run for life, so fly I from her that would be my wife.
There's none but witches to inhabit here. Therefore 'tis high time that I were hence. She that doth call me husband, even my soul doth her wife abhor. And her fair sister is of such a sovereign and gentle grace, of such enchanting presence and discourse. I thought I was made me traitor to myself. But lest myself be guilty of self-wrong, I'll stop mine ears against the mermaid's song.
Master Antipholus!
Aye, that's my name.
I know it well, sir. Lo, here's the chain. I thought to obtain you at the Porpentine, the chain unfinished made me stay thus long.
What is your will I shall do with this?
What please yourself, sir, I have made it for you.
You made it for me, sir, spoken not?
Not once nor twice, but 20 times you have. Go home with it and please your wife withal, and soon at supper time I'll visit you and then receive my money for the chain.
I pray you, sir, receive the money now, for fear you ne'er see chain nor money more.
You are a merry man, sir. Fare you well.
What I should think of this, I cannot tell. But this I think. There is no man is so vain to refuse, so fair not for chain. I see a man here need not live by shifts when in the streets he meets such golden gifts. Unto the mart and there for Dromio stay. If any ship put forth, then straight away.
I'll attack you by this officer. Even just the sum that I do owe to you is growing to me by Antipholus, and in the instant that I met with you, he had of me a chain. At 5 o'clock, I shall receive my money for the same. Please, if you walk with me down to his house, I will discharge my bond and thank you too.
I'll leave a meeting say. See where he comes. Well, I go to the goldsmith's house. Go now and buy a rope's end. That will I bestow on my wife and her confederates for locking me out of my doors by away day. But soft I see the goldsmith. Get thee gone, buy thou a rope and bring it home to me.
I buy £1,000 a year. Buy a rope?
A man is well hold up that trust to you. I promise him your presence and a chain, but neither chain nor gold could be to me. But like you thought our love would last too long if it were chained together, and therefore came not.
Saving your merry humor, here's the note. How much the chain weighs to the utmost carat, the fineness of the gold and chargeable fashion, which doth amount to 3 odd ducats more than I stand indebted to this gentleman. I pray you see him presently discharged, for he is bound to see it stays but for it.
I am not furnished with the present money. Besides, I have some business in the town. Good senor, take the stranger to my house, and with you take the chain and bid my wife disperse the sum on the receipt thereof. Perchance I will be there as soon as you.
Then you will bring the chain to her yourself.
No, bear it with you, lest I have not time enough.
Well, sir, I will. Have you the chain about you?
And if I have not, sir, I hope you have, or else you may return without your money.
Come, give me the chain. Both wind and tide stays for this gentleman, and I to blame have held him here too long.
Good Lord, you use this dalliance to excuse your breach of promise to the porpentine. I should have chid you for not bringing it, but, like a shrew, you first begin the brawl.
Steals on, I pray you, sir, dispatch. You hear how he importunes me.
The chain? Give it to my wife and fetch your money.
You know I gave it to you even now. Either send by me the chain or send by me some token.
5. Now you run this humor out of breath. Come, where's the chain? I pray you, let me see.
You know I gave it you half an hour since.
You gave me none. You wrong me much to say so.
You wrong me more, sir, in denying it.
Consider how it stands upon my credit.
Candace cannot put this dalliance. Good sir, Sabriel will answer me or no. If not, I'll leave him to the officer.
I answer you. What should I answer you?
The money that you owe me for the chain.
I owe you until I receive the chain.
You know I gave it you half an hour since.
You gave me none. You wrong me much to say so.
You wrong me more, sir, in denying it. Consider how it stands upon my credit.
Officer, arrest him at my suit.
I do, and charge you in the Duchess's name to obey me.
This touches me in reputation. Either consent to pay the sum, or I attach you by this officer.
Consent to pay thee, that I never had. Arrest me, foolish fellow, if thou darest.
Here is thy fee. Arrest him, officer. I would not spare my bones if you should scorn me so apparently.
I do, sir. You hear the suit.
shame? I doubt it not.
Oh, master, there's a bark of Epidamium that stays until her owner comes aboard, and then, sir, she bears away. Our frontage, sir, I have conveyed aboard and I have bought the oil, the balsam, aquavitae. The ship is in her trim, the merry wind blows fair from the land. They stay not at all, but for their owner, master, and yourself.
How now? A madman! Why, thou peevish sheep, what ship of Epidamium stays for thee?
A ship you sent me to higher waftage.
Thou drunken man, I sent thee for a rope and told thee to what purpose and what end.
You sent me for a rope and a suit. You sent me to the bay, sir, for bark.
I will debate this matter at more leisure and teach your ears to listen with more heed. To Adriana, villain, hide thee straight. Give her this key and tell her. In the desk that's covered o'er with Turkish tapestry, there is a purse of ducats. Let her send it. Tell her I am arrested in the street, and that shall bail me. Hide thee, Dromio. Gone. On, officer. To prison till it come.
To Adriana. That's where we died, where Dulcible did claim me for her husband.
Luciana, did he tempt thee so? Mightst thou perceive austerely in his eye that he did plead in earnest? Yea or no? Looked he red or pale or sad or merrily? What observation madest thou in this case of his heart's meteors tilting in his face? First, he denied you had in him no right. He meant he did me none, the more my spite. Then swore he that he was a stranger here. And true he swore, though yet forsworn he were. Then pleaded I for you. And what said he? That love I beg for you, he begged of me. Oh. With what persuasion did he tempt you? With words, that in an honest suit might move. First he did praise my beauty, then my speech. Did speak him fair? Have patience, I beseech. I cannot nor will I hold me still. My tongue though not my heart shall have his will. He is deformed, old, crooked, and sear. Ill face, worse bodied, shapeless, everywhere. Vicious, ungentle, foolish, blunt, unkind, stigmatical in making, worse in mind. Who would be jealous then of such a one? No evil lost is wailed and is gone. Oh, but I think it better than I say. And would here in others' eyes were worse. Far from her nest, the lapwing cries away. My heart prays for him, though my tongue do curse.
Here. That's the purse, sweet. Now make haste.
How hast thou lost thy breath?
By running fast.
Where is thy master, Dromio? Is he well?
No, he's in tartar limbo, worse than hell. A devil in an everlasting garment hath him, when his hard heart is buttoned up with steel. A fiend, a fairy, pitiless and rough, a wolf, nay, worse. A fellow unbuff, a bad friend, a shoulder clapper, one that countermands the passages of alleys, creeks, and narrow lands, a hound that runs counter, and yap jaws dry foot well, one before the judgment carries poor souls to hell.
Why, man? What is the matter?
I know not of the matter. He is arrested on the case.
Is he arrested? Tell me in whose suit.
I know not at whose suit he's arrested well, but is in a suit above which rested him. That can I tell. Will you send him, mistress? Redemption, the money in his desk?
Go, fetch it, sister. This I wonder at, that he unknown to me should be in debt. Tell me, was he arrested on a band?
Not on a band, a stronger thing, a chain, a chain! Do you not hear it ring?
What, the chain?
No, the bell! Just time I were gone. It was 2 ere I left him, and now the clock strikes 1.
The hours come back. That did I never hear.
Yes, if any hour meet a sergeant, he turns back for very fear.
As if time were in debt, how fondly dost thou reason?
Time is a very bankrupt and owes more than he's worth to season. Nay, he's a thief too. Have you not heard men say that time comes stealing on by night and day? If he be in debt and theft and a sergeant in the way, have ye not reason to turn back an hour and a day?
Go, Dromio. There's the money. Bear it straight and bring thy master home immediately. Come, sister, I am pressed down with conceit. Conceit, my comfort and my injury.
Not a man I meet, but thou salute me as if I were their well-acquainted friend. And everyone doth call me by my name. Some tender money to me. Some invite me. Some others give me thanks for kindnesses. Some offer me commodities to buy. Even now, a tailor called me in his shop and showed me silks he had bought. For me. And therewithal took measure of my body. Sure, these are but imaginary wiles, and laughing sorcerers inhabit here.
Master, here's the money you sent me for. What, have you got the picture of old Adam New Apparel?
What gold is this? What Adam does that mean?
Not that Adam that kept the paradise, but that Adam that keeps the prison. He that goes in the calf skin that was killed for the prodigal. He, sir, that came behind you like an evil angel and bid you forsake your liberty.
I understand you now.
No! Why is a blank case? He that went like a base fuel in a case of leather. The man, sir, that when gentlemen are tired gives them a sob and rests them. He, sir, that takes a pity on decayed men and gives them suits of durance. He that sets up his rest to do more exploits with his mace than a Morse pipe.
What, that means an officer?
I, sir, the sergeant of the band. He that brings any man to answer and that breaks his band. One that thinks a man always going to bed and says, God give you good rest.
Well, sir, they're rash in your foolery. Is there any ship puts forth tonight? Baby, be gone.
Why, sir? I brought you word an hour since that the bark expedition put forth tonight. And then you were hindered by the sergeant to tarry for the hoy delay. Here are the angels you sent me for to deliver you.
The fellow is distract. And so am I. And here we wander in illusions. Oh, some blessed power, deliver us from hands!
Well met, Master Antipholus. I see you have found the goldsmith now. Is that the chain you promised me today?
Satan, avoid! I charge thee, tempt me not!
Master, is this Mistress Satan?
It is the devil!
Your man and you are marvelous and merry, sir. Will you go with me? We'll mend our dinner here.
Master, if you do, expect spoon meat or bespeak a long spoon.
Why, Dromio?
Marry, sir, for she must have a long spoon that must eat with the devil.
Avoid then, fee! What tells thou me of something? Thou art as you are all, a sorceress! I conjure thee to leave me and be gone!
Give me the ring of mine you had at dinner, or for my diamond, the chain you promised, and I'll leave you, sir, and not trouble you.
Some devil's ass, but a parings of a nail, a rush, a hair, a drop of blood, a pin, a nut of cherry stone. But she, more covetous, would have a chain. Master, be wise, and if you do, the devil will shake her chain. And so
I pray you, sir. I hope you do not mean to cheat me so.
Let's go!
My bride says the peacock, mistress that you know.
mad, else would he never so demean himself. A ring he hath of mine worth 40 ducats, and for the same he offers me a chain. Both one and other he denies me now. My way is now to hie home to his house and tell his wife that, being lunatic, he rushed into my house and took perforce my ring away. This course I fittest choose, for 40 ducats is too much to lose.
Fear me not, men, I will not break away. I'll give thee, ere I leave thee, so much money to warrant thee as I am rested for. My wife is in a wayward mood today, and will not lightly trust the messenger that I should be attached in Ephesus. I tell you 'twill sound harshly in her ears. How now, sir? How did I say?
Here's that, I warned you. We'll pay them all.
But where's the money?
Why, sir, I gave the money for the rope.
500 villain for a rope.
I'll serve you, sir. 500 the rate.
To what end did I give thee tidy home?
To a rope fence, sir, and to that end am I returned.
And to that end, sir, I will welcome you.
Ah!
Be patient.
Nay, 'tis for me impatient. I am in adversity.
Oh, good now, hold that.
Nay, rather persuade him to hold his hands.
Thou poor son, senseless villain.
I would I were senseless, sir, but I might not feel your blows.
Thou art sensible in nothing but blows, and so is an ass.
I am an ass again! You may prove it by my long ears. I have served him from the hour of my nativity to this instant, and have nothing at his hand for my service but blows. When I am warm, he cools me with beating. When I am cold, he heats me with beating. I am awake with it when I sleep, raised with it when I sit, driven out of doors with it when I go home, welcomed home with it when I return. Nay, I bear it on my shoulders as a beggar wants her brat, and I think when he has lamed me, he shall beg with it from door to door.
Come, go along. My wife is coming on.
Bishops, respect your end, or rather the prophecy like the parrot. Beware the rope's end.
Wilt thou still talk?
How say you now, is not your husband mad?
His incivility confirms no less. Good Dr. Pinch! You are a conjurer. Establish him in his true sense again, and I will please you what you will demand.
Alas, how fiery charming looks! Mark how he trembles in his ecstasy.
I charge thee, Satan! House within this man to yield possession to my holy prayer, and to thy state of darkness high strength. I conjure thee by all the saints in heaven!
Please, go away with her, please. I am not mad.
Oh, that thou wert not poor distressed soul!
You, minion! The just companion reveling feasted at my house today whilst upon me the guilty doors were locked and I.
Oh, husband, God doth know today you dined at home! Were you when you had remained until this time free from these slanders and this open shame?
Thou villain! What sayest thou?
Sir, truth to say, you did not dine at home.
We're not. I shut out.
For thee, your doors were locked and you shut out.
And did not she herself revile me there?
Sans fable, she herself reviled me.
And did not I, in rage, depart from thence?
In very, you did. My bones bear witness that since I felt the vigor of his rage.
Is it good to listen to these contraries?
It is no shame. The fellow finds his vein, and yielding to it, humors well his friends.
Thou hast borne the goldsmith to arrest me.
Alas, I sent you money to redeem you by Dromio here.
Money by me? Pardon good will you might, but surely, master, not a rag of money.
Whence not thou for a purse of ducats?
He came to me, and I delivered it, and I am witness with her that she did.
God and the rope maker bear me witness that I was sent for nothing but a rope.
Mistress! Both man and master are possessed. I know it by their pale and deadly looks. They must be bound and laid into dark rooms!
Say wherefore dost thou lock me forth today? And why dost thou deny the bag of gold?
I did not, gentle husband, lock thee forth.
And, gentle master, I received no gold, but I confess, sir, that we were locked out.
Dissembling villain, thou speakest false in both. Dissembling harlot, thou art false in all. And art confederate with a damned pack to make a loathsome abject scorn of me. But with these nails I'll pluck out these false eyes that would behold beneath this shameful foot.
More company! The fiend is strong within!
I mean, poor man, how pale and wan he looks! What, will you murder me? Thou, jailer, thou, I am thy prisoner. Wilt thou suffer them to make a rescue? Masters, let him go. He's my prisoner, and you shall not.
Go! Point this man! Please, rent in two!
What wilt thou do, thou peevish officer? Cast out the right to see a rich man break into himself. He's my prisoner, but I let him go. I will discharge thee ere I go. Bring me forth with the justice, and knowing how the death goes, I will pay it. Good master doctor, see him safe and made home to my house. Ah, most unhappy day! Most unhappy stroke.
Master, I am here to bond for you.
Out on thee, villain! Wherefore dost thou mad me?
Wilt thou be bound for nothing? Be mad, good master! Cry the devil!
God help our souls, how idly do they talk! Go, bear him hence!
My
Say now whose suit is he arrested at?
One Angelo, goldsmith, you know him?
I know the man. What is the sum he owes?
200 ducats.
Say, how gross it do!
Here's for a chain your husband has him.
He did bespeak a chain for me, but had it not. When as your husband, all enraged today, came into my house and took perforce my ring away, the ring I saw upon his finger now, straight after did I see him, with a chain. It may be so, but I can never see it. Bring me to where the goldsmith is. I long to know the truth, cure of at large.
She that would be your wife now ran from you!
Comes to the center. Fetch our stuff from thence. I long that we were safe and sound aboard.
Hey! Stay here this night. They will surely do us no harm. You see how they speak us, give us gold. Methinks they're such a gentle nation that, but the mountain mad flesh that claims me for marriage, I can find it in my heart to stay here still. And turn witch.
I will not stay tonight for all the town. Therefore away to get our stuff aboard.
I am sorry, sir, that I have hindered you, but I protest he had the chain of me, though most dishonestly he doth deny it.
How is the man esteemed here in the city?
A very reverend reputation, sir, of credit infinite, highly beloved. Second to none here that lives in the city. His word might bear my wealth at any time. 'Tis so, and that self-chain about his neck which he forswore most monstrously to have. Good sir, draw near to me, I'll speak to him. Senor Antipholus! I wonder much that you would put me to this shame and trouble, and not without some scandal to yourself, with circumstance and oath, so to deny this chain which now you wear so openly. Besides the charge, shame, imprisonment, you have done wrong to this my honest friend, who but for staying on our controversy have hoisted sail and put to sea today. This chain you had of me. Can you deny it?
I think I had it. Never did deny it.
Oh,
That you did, sir, and forswore it too.
Who heard me to deny it or forswear it?
These ears of mine, sir, did hear thee. Vile wretch, 'tis pity that thou wouldst walk where the honest men resort.
Thou art a villain to impeach me thus. I'll prove mine honor. Mine honesty against thee presently, if thou darest stand.
Oh, I stand, and do defy thee for a villain. Ah! Hurt him not, for God's sake! He is mad! Some people within him and take his sword away. Find Dromio too and bear them to my house.
Run, master, run, for God's sake, stick a house! This is the priory, and we are spoiled!
People, wherefore not?
To fetch my poor distracted husband hence. Let us come in that we may bind him fast and bear him home for his recovery. I knew he was not in his perfect wits. I am sorry now that I've drawn him.
How long hath this possession held the man?
This week he hath been heavy, sour, sad, and much different from the man he was. But till this afternoon his passion ne'er brake him to extremity of rage.
Hath he not lost much wealth by wrack of sea, buried some dear friend? Hath not else his eye strayed his affection in unlawful love, a sin prevailing much in youthful men who give their eyes the liberty of gazing? Which of these sorrows is he subject to?
To none of these except it be the last, and namely some love that drew him off from home.
You should for that have reprimanded him.
Why, so I did.
I but not rough enough.
As roughly as my modesty would let me.
Happy in private.
In assemblies too.
I but not enough.
It was the copy of our conference. At bed he slept not for my urging it. At board he fed not for my urging it. Alone it was the subject of my theme. In company I often glanced at it, still did I tell him it was vile and bad.
And thereof came it that the man was mad. The venom clamors of a jealous woman poisons much more deadly than a mad dog's tooth. It seems his sleeps were hindered by thy railing, and thereof comes it that his head is light. Thou say'st his meat was sauced with thy upbraidings. Unquiet meals make ill digestion, and thereof the raging fire of fever bred, and what's a fever but a fit of madness? Thou say'st his sports were hindered by thy brawls. Sweet recreation barred, what doth ensue but dull and moody melancholy, kinsman to grim and comfortless despair, and at her heels a huge infectious troop of pale distemperatures and foes to life. In food, in sport, in life-preserving rest, to be disturbed would mad or man or beast. The consequence is then, thy jealous fits hath scared thy husband from the use of wits. She never reprehended him but mildly, when he demeaned himself rough, rude, and wildly. Why, bearing these rebukes and answers not?
She did betray me to my own reproof. Can people enter and lay hold on
No,
him?
not a creature enters in my house.
Then let your servants bring my husband forth.
Neither. He took to this place for sanctuary, and it shall privilege him from your hand till I have brought him to his wits again, or lose my labor in a saying end.
I will attend my husband. Be his nurse, die his sickness, for it is my office, and will have no attorney but myself. Therefore let me have him home with me.
Be patient, for I will not let him stir till I have used the approved means I have, with wholesome syrups, drugs, and holy prayers to make of him a formal man again. It is a branch and parcel of mine oath, a charitable duty of my order. Therefore depart and leave him here with me.
I will not hence and leave my husband here, and ill it doth beseem your holiness to separate the husband and the wife.
Be quiet and depart, thou shalt not have him.
Complain unto the Duchess of this indignity. Come, go, I will fall prostrate at her feet, and never rise until my tears and prayers have won her grace to come in person hither, and take perforce my husband from the abbess.
By this, I think, the dial points at 5, and I'm sure the Duchess herself comes in person to the melancholy vale, the place of death and sorry execution behind the ditches of this abbey here. Upon what cause? To see a reverend Syracusean merchant who, against the laws and statutes of our town, put unluckily to this bay, be beheaded publicly for this offense.
Ah, see where they come. We will behold his death.
Kneel to the Duchess before she pass the abbey.
Yet once again proclaim it publicly, if any friend will pay the sum for him, he shall not die. So much we tender him.
Justice, most sacred Duchess, against the abbess.
She is a virtuous and reverend lady. It cannot be that she hath done me wrong.
May it please your grace, Antipholus, my husband, this ill day a most outrageous fit of madness took, that desperately he hurried through the street, and with him his bondman fled into this abbey, and here the abbess shuts the gates on us and will not suffer us to fetch him out. Therefore, most gracious Duchess, with thy commands let him be brought forth and borne hence for help.
Long since thy husband served me in my wars, and I to thee engaged a prince's word, when thou didst make him master of thy bed to do him all the grace and good I could. Go, some of you, knock at the abbey gate, and bid the lady abbess come to me. I will determine this before I stir.
Oh, mistress! Mistress! Shift and save yourself! My master and his man are both broke loose. The maids are bound, the doctor who's here, they burned up with brands of fire. And ever so please, they poured on him great pails of puddle lard and waxed the hair. My master preaches patience, and while his man, with scissors, nicks him like a fool. And sure, unless he sends him a present altogether, they will kill the conjurer.
Peace, fool. Thy master and his man are here, and this is false thou dost report to us.
Mistress, upon my life, I tell you true. I have not breathed almost since I did see it. He cries for you and vows that if he can take you, to scorch you and to disfigure you. Be gone!
Come, stand by me. Fear nothing.
Witness you, he is born about invisible. Even now we housed him in the abbey here, and now he's there. Past all of human reason.
Justice, most sacred Duchess, oh grant me justice, even for the service that long since I did thee, when I was for thee in the wars, and took deep scars to save thy life, even for the blood that then I lost for thee. Now grant me justice.
Unless the fear of death doth make me dote, I see my son Antipholus and Dromio.
Justice, sweet princess, against that woman there, she who now leaves to me to be my wife, that hath abused and dishonored me even in the strength and height of injury. Beyond imagination is the wrong that she this day hath shameless thrown on me.
Discover how, and thou shalt find me just.
This day, great Duchess, she shut the doors upon me while she with harlots feasted in my house.
A grievous fault. Say, woman, didst thou so?
No! He and myself, my sister, today did dine together, so befall my soul as this is false. He burdens me with all. Ne'er may I look on day, nor sleep on night, but she tells to your highness simple truth.
My liege, I am advising what I say. This woman locked me out this day from dinner. That goes with there. Were he not packed with her, who witnessed it? For he was with me then. Parted with me to go fetch a chain. In the street I met him, and in his company, that gentleman. There did this Richard Goldsmith swear me down that I this day of him received a chain, which God he knows I saw not, for the which he did arrest me with an officer. I did obey, and sent my peasant home for certain ducats. He with none returned. Then, fairly, I bespoke the officer to go in person with me to my house. My wife, her sister, and that villain Pinch cries out I was possessed. There led me and my man, both bound together, till gnawing with my teeth my bonds in sunder, I gained my freedom, and immediately ran hither to your grace.
My lady, in truth, thus far I witnessed that he was locked out.
Had he such a chain of thee, or no?
He had, my lady, when he ran in there. These people saw the chain around his neck.
Besides, I am sworn these ears of mine did hear you confess to have the chain of him after you first forswore it on the march. And whereupon I drew my sword on you, and then you fled into this abbey here from whence? I think you are come by miracle.
I never came within these abbey walls, nor ever didst thou draw thy sword on me. I never saw the chain, so help me heaven, and this is
I think you are all drunk of Circe's cup. If here you housed him, here he would have been. If he were mad, he would not plead so coldly. Why, this is strange. Go, call the ambassador. I think you were all mated, or stark mad.
Most mighty Duchess, vouchsafe me speak a word. Haply, I see a friend will save my life, and may the son that may deliver me.
Speak freely, Syracusian, what thou wilt.
Is not your name, sir, called Antipholus? And is not that your bondman, Dromio?
Within this hour, I was his bondman, sir, but he, I thank him, not into my courts. Now am I Dromio, and his man, unbound.
I am sure you both remember me.
Ourselves we do remember by you, sir, for lately we were as bound as you are now. You are not pinches patient, are you?
Why look you strange on me? You know me well.
I never saw you in my life till now.
Oh! We have changed me since last we met. And countless hours of times to form in hand have written strange the features on my face. Yet, dost thou not know my voice?
Neither.
Dromio? Nor thou?
No, trust me, sir, nor I.
I am sure thou dost.
I, sir, but I am sure that I do not. And whatsoever a man denies, you are now bound to believe him.
Not know my voice! Oh, time's extremity! Hast thou so cracked and splitted my poor tongue in 7 short years, that here my only side knows not my feeble key of untuned cares? Though now my grained face be hid by sap-consuming winter's drizzled snow, that all the contents of my blood froze up, yet hath my night of life some memory? My wasting life some fading glimmer left? My dull deaf ears a little used to hear? All these old witnesses I cannot hear, tell me what my son and devil is!
I never saw my father in my life.
It was 7 years since! In Syracuse, boy! Thou knowest we parted! But perhaps, my son, thou shamest to acknowledge me in misery.
Oh, the Duchess has all that know me in the city. That is not the case. I ne'er saw Syracuse in my life.
I tell thee, Syracusian, 20 years have I been patron to Antipholus, during which time he ne'er saw Syracuse. I see thy age and dangers make thee dote.
Most mighty Duchess, behold a man much wrong.
I see 2 husbands. Very nice to see me.
One of these men is genius to the other, and so, of these, which is the natural man, and which is the spirit? Who deciphers them?
I am Dromio. Command him away.
I, ma'am, Dromio, pray let me stay.
Luciana, art thou not? Or else it's ghost.
Oh, my old master, who hath bound him here?
Whoever bound him, I will loose his bounds and gain a husband by his liberty. Egeon, if thou beest the same man that hadst a wife once called Emilia, who bore thee at a burden 2 fair sons. Oh, if thou beest the same Egeon, speak, and speak unto the same Emilia.
Why, here begins his morning story, right? These 2 Antipholus, these 2 so like, and these 2 Dromios, one in semblance. Besides her urging of her wrath at sea, these are the parents to these children, which accidentally are met together.
I dream not thou art Emilia. If thou art she, tell me, where is the son that floated with thee on the fatal raft?
By men of Epidamium, he and I, and the twin Dromio, all by and by, rude fishermen of Corinth by force took Dromio and my son from me and left me with those of Epidamia. What then became of them I cannot tell, I to this fortune that you see me in.
Antipholus, thou camest from Kwon first?
No, ma'am, not I. I came from Syracuse.
Stay, stand apart. I know not which is which.
I came from Corinth, my most gracious lady.
And I with him.
And which of you two did dine with me today?
I, gentle mistress.
And are not you my husband? No, I say nay to that.
Yet did she call me so? This fair gentlewoman, her sister here, did call me brother. That which I told you then, I hope I shall have leisure to make good, if this be not as the dream I see and hear.
Is the chain, sir, which you had of me?
I think it be, sir, I deny it not.
And you, sir?
For this chain arrested me.
I think I did, sir. I deny it not.
I search of your veil by Dromio, but I think he brought it not.
No, none by me.
I had of you, and Dromio, my man, did bring them me. I see we still did need each other's man. I was tamed for him, and he for me. And thereupon, these errors arose.
These ducats. One eye for my father. Shall money, thy father hath his life.
Renowned Duchess, vouchsafe to take the pains to go with us into the abbey here, and here at large discoursed all our fortunes, and all that are assembled here that by this sympathizing one day's error have suffered wrong. Go, keep us company, and we shall make full satisfaction. 33 years have I begone in travail of you, my sons, and until this present hour my heavy burden ne'er delivered. The Duchess, my husband, and my children both, and you, the calendars of their nativity, go to a gossip's feast and go with me. After so long grief, such nativity.
I'll gossip at this feast.
Shall I fetch your stuff from shipboard?
Dromio,
What sort of mind hast thou embarked?
Your goods that lay at host at the Centaur.
It speaks to me. I am your master, Dromio. We'll look to that now. Embrace thy brother there. Rejoice with him.
There's a strange friend at your master's house that kitchened me for you today at dinner. She now shall be my sister, not my wife.
I think you are my glass and not my brother. I see by you that I am a sweet-faced youth. Will you walk in to see the gossiping?
Not I, sir. You are my elder.
That's a question. How shall we try
We'll
it?
draw cuts upon the senor. Till then, leak out first.
Nay, and then thus. Came into this world like brother and brother. Let's go hand in hand. Not one before another.